Aloha, it's Megan from Vitality Wellness, and I'm back with another Fitness Friday installment. So today I wanted to break down the most powerful body weight exercise for our lower body and our core. So this is the body weight squat. So squats are something that we're very familiar with. We do them all the time, believe it or not. When we get in and out of a chair, when we sit and then stand up from a toilet, that is the essence of a squat. Although when people start to do it as an exercise, they often will get confused because there's a lot going on other than the actual movement in the hips and the legs. You know, if we're trying to incorporate our arms, or we're trying to work the breathing, or if there's other aspects of coordination, it can get complicated. So I wanted to come back to the fundamentals of the squat because it is such a powerful tool for core activation. Because the core is actually any muscle that helps and stabilizes our spine. It actually is a core exercise. When we recruit our abdominals, those are our core muscles. When we recruit the muscles in and around our hips, and in particular our glutes, and in our inner thighs and in our legs, these are all core muscles. And so these are all muscles that are recruited when we do a squat. So today I wanted to show you that from the perspective of using a chair. If you are just learning how to squat properly, this is a really powerful tool so that you can get the fundamentals of it and you can do it safely. Even if it's something that you're already familiar with, it's just a good reminder so that you're doing them well. Because when we do something well, they're more effective and we get more benefit from them. So I wanted to show you with this squat. So I'm going to get you to get your chair and push it up against the wall because we don't want it to be sliding. So remember that with the chair, we are going to sit into it. We're not necessarily looking at it the whole time, like we're not kind of, whoa, where's the chair? I want you to instead remember that, if we're going to sit in a chair, we're going to be looking out in front of us. So you're going to have your gaze out in front. Make sure you know what's behind you, so you trust that. And you're going to sit your bum back and down and sit on the chair. So to get up, you're not using your hands, you're actually using your feet. So I want you to drive your feet into the floor to help you stand back up. You come back up to your full height at the top of the movement. You push your feet into the floor, you squeeze your bum a little bit. You stand all the way up as tall as you can get. And then you repeat it. So you're going to inhale and sit yourself down. Exhale, stand up. So you breathe in as you come down. And then as you breathe out and you're coming up, you're engaging your legs, you're engaging your belly, and you're standing all the way up. So I want to show you that from the front so that you get a sense for what happens in your knees and in your toes. So when we do the squat, we want to watch for alignment of our joints. That's always really important, is that we are coming back into alignment. So that means everything is in a line. So we're going to make sure that our knees are stacked over top of our ankles, and our ankles are lined up with our toes so that we're keeping everything tracking. With our knees, they're pretty much lined up right with the center of our hips. So the same sort of principle applies, is that you're going to push into your heels and stand yourself up. So we're going to stand ourselves all the way up. So when we come down, we shift our way back into our heels so that we are starting to move from our hips first, and then we lower ourselves down and we try to keep our knees lined up with our toes. We're going to stand all the way up again, squeeze your bum, and then come all the way up, and then sit all the way back down. So I want you to watch from the side what moves first. So when we go to sit into the chair, what moves first? So you're going to go down to sit in the chair, and then up. So noticing that it's my hips that are moving first. So that means that we need to shift our weight back into our heels to keep that action of our hips moving back so that it keeps our knees safe. Sometimes when people start, they're moving their knees first. So they bend their knees first and then they try to get their butt back, and it's a little broken, and it can hurt our knees when we do that. So instead, we shift our weight back into our heels and we sit back, and then we use our heels to stand all the way back up again. So one further refinement of it is that when we stand up again, we're coming back up to our full height. So when we go into the squat, we are not coming down and folding ourselves over. So notice when I sit in the chair, I'm not folded over. I'm still upright, so you can still visibly see me. You can see my belly, you can see my chest. Whereas sometimes people get into it, they're like, oh, am I supposed to fold over? That's a totally different exercise. And so we want to make sure that we're doing the full essence of the squat, is to keep our chest lifted and keep our spine upright. So to finish it off, we do it without the chair. So I want you to try a few with the chair just to get the sense for it. So remember, you always start from the base. Your feet are hip width apart, maybe a little wider because sometimes that's easier. with a wider stance, but we do want to make sure that our toes are turned out just a little bit. And especially if you go with your feet wider, you do need to externally rotate your legs a little more, turning your toes out away from the midline of your body. This is because our knees and our toes always go in the same direction. So we have our feet a little bit wider than our hips, and some people actually suggest that you could do 3 little bounds, 1, 2, 3, and that's where your feet should be in a squat. So you can give that a go and see how it feels. It's all about joint comfort. So if you do the movement and you're feeling discomfort in your knees or your back or anything, readjust. Let me know and I'd be happy to help you with it. But always just try readjust. So our knees are right underneath our hips. Our hips are right underneath our shoulders, so we're standing up as tall as we can. At the top, I want you to push into your heels and squeeze your butt cheeks towards one another. And then we're going to inhale and come down and exhale, come up. So same principle, you're sitting back, you're not sure where the chair is, and then you're gonna exhale and come all the way back up. So your weight is in your heels, you come down, knees are lined up with your toes, and then you drive into your heels and come all the way up. So if it's new to you, move slowly and gradually, and so really work the alignment of coming back up to your full height. Your belly is engaged, your chest is lifted, so you're coming back up to your full strength. So it's kind of an example of getting a little bit knocked over and then standing up strong again. So that we can really work from the base of the exercise up and come all the way back up tall every time, so that, you know, when we get a little wavered by the challenges of life, we can get knocked a little bit, we have that strong base to come back to. We have these strong legs to stand on. We have this core awareness of how our body is in space and how we're holding ourselves. So these are all fundamentals of exercise, and they're all fundamentals of yoga, and so it's a great way for us to weave all of these qualities together in the bodyweight squat. So, thanks for watching. I hope this is effective for you, and I hope that it gave you a little more insight into this powerful exercise. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you have any special requests, also please let me know. I'm happy to break down any pose or exercise that you are interested in learning a little bit more about. In the meantime, 50 squats a day would be a great way to start your New Year's intentions. That's a lot, so maybe 25. I don't know, see how it goes. But I look forward to seeing you soon. Aloha, namaste, take care of yourself, and thank you for giving yourself some time today to boost your vitality and feed your awesomeness, because you rock. Thank you for shining brightly, and I'll see you soon. Aloha.